Yay, we got it. Okay, let's get this party going. I have not done a live on YouTube in so long. So everyone has those links. And I'm ready. Thanks for hanging out with me, even though I'm like trying to figure this all out. I got my heart. Oh, I got my glasses. I brought these glasses that I got when I did all the Being One stuff with my girlfriend because it's fun and we're all about love and spreading love in the world. I have my tachyon rods. I love to bring my tachyon rods to sessions. Let me just set up the TikTok right behind my laptop. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me okay. And on the live stream on YouTube, let me know if you can hear me okay. So here's the thing. Even when I was with I call him the husband because I'm like, someone else gets to have the husband title. And yes, I'm in a freaking amazing relationship now. But when I was with the husband, every single year on Valentine's Day, we got in an argument. It was like so ridiculous. Obviously, he's my husband for a reason. And I'll go into that more here in a bit about relationships and figuring out if you are in the right relationship and all of that. But here's the thing. Valentine's Day, Love Day, it brings pressure, it brings expectation, it brings comparison. You're like maybe looking online or social media and you're like, Bethany has the best relationship ever. Why can't I have one? Like, I want one as good as hers. And I mean, usually you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. I will say my relationship is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And I wish everyone and anyone, the love possibilities that I have created and manifested into my life. There is a lot of personal stuff that has nothing to do with relationship that I deal with, like family stuff. Just before coming here, I was putting my son to sleep and he decided to wake up, for example. It's like he doesn't want me to work. So I have, my own challenges that have nothing to do with relationship. But just want to share that nobody has it perfect. And I feel like that's just so important to land. You're like, Bethany, I already know that. But when you start scrolling and seeing people, then things change. Oh, yeah, you can share the live. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing the live, whoever did that. Okay, so we're going to jump into all of this. And it's not about fixing the relationship that you're in, or if you're single, calling in a relationship that needs fixing, because a lot of people do that. And when I see that as the intuitive channel healer that I am, I go into, okay, let's see where that's coming from, because maybe your parent was fixing a relationship, or your grandma or your grandpa was always in an aspect where they were fixing the relationship. So it could be something like that. So we always want to look and dig deeper. As a healer, we pull out the programs and create so many changes there. But I really want to anchor in that love doesn't have to be hard. It does not have to be hard. The only reason it has been hard, maybe thus far, and I've been there, was because of past conditioning. So just a quick 2-second story about me is the husband cheated multiple times, and even apparently with strippers. Awesome, right? Thanks for putting me at risk. So here's the thing. When I did all the healing, because I was me as I am now as a healer and learning and, leaning into all of this, I realized there was a moment when I was 3 years old where I witnessed, I didn't know what was going on. I did not know what was going on, but I witnessed a human being, a woman throwing a glass vase at a man, her husband. And I witnessed this at 3. It was like a family friend's house. I did not know what happened there. In fact, I did not know what was going on in that relationship. They got divorced. And I didn't realize until I was like in the last 10 years. I'm 45 now. So I did not realize until I was in the last 10 years that man was abusive. He was a cheater, and he was abusive to her. He was abusive to their kids. And my mom told me. And I had no idea. But here's the thing. You're like, why are you sharing that? When I was 3, I witnessed that vase being thrown, and I was like, I just stared. I remember I was just like staring. I was on stairs. I was on the stairs in our home. And so I guess it was one of my parents' vases. And I'm sitting on the stairs, just watching this play out, like her screaming and yelling and all of this. And what's happening in that moment is I, as a little 3-year-old that is just pure light, and this is why we get to do so much healing with our children. So I, as a 3-year-old, just pure light, and I'm absorbing her programs. I'm absorbing the energy of that situation. My parents never had cheating or any of that, but I witnessed it. I had no idea why. I didn't know any of the details, but I adopted and brought in some of that program. And sure enough, I went from the husband cheating to another relationship cheating to another. So I went to 3 cheating relationships before I broke that cycle, because I didn't know how to heal. I didn't know how to learn the lesson and dig it out. And once I uncovered the source, and that's the source for me. There was a source for her as well, if she were to go back and do that work. But anyways, yeah. So just laying that out there for you guys to get an idea of how things happen. And when I'm doing healings and work with people and we're changing up their situations, a lot of times, like even when I'm working with my CEO clients, like I will see where this lawsuit that they're currently in is stemming from. Like I can tune in like, oh, this is because of what happened when you were 5. And then they're like, oh yeah, that happened. Like, but it's somebody else's. So we're always picking up everyone else's energy. This is why I started it off with being like, beware with what you're saying is, or thinking is good when you're looking at everybody else. Okay. All right. So moving on, why love feels hard. And you guys feel free to write questions. Like I'm totally open to answering questions. I see some people are asking me some of the intuitive questions just to get some hits. I can't do that for now for this. I mean, of course I could, but I just want to keep this clean for everybody. So another time. I'm all for it, obviously. Or you can book a session. I did change my links, and on YouTube, I just added it in the chat. So for all those on YouTube, thank you for being here. So the links in the chat does have, because I needed to add something for the course. So there's a course that I'm offering that I created with my partner that is called 6 Weeks to Change Your Relationship Around. Doesn't matter if you're single or you're married. And that is available on that Google Doc. So it's just a Google Doc. And then I had to, of course, add my sessions and all that on there. So I know it's not a website, but I don't offer this program. I only really offer it like once a year. So this is your chance if you're interested in creating some magic. Okay. So why love feels hard? It feels hard because of the programming. It feels hard because we're bracing, we're putting brakes out there instead of relating. We've learned to love with inconsistency. We've learned to love through trauma. And that is the background programs that are making our relationships the way they are. So effort becomes tied to worth. And you'll probably, if you watch any personal development around love, they're always like, oh, it's your self-worth. And yes, it definitely plays a part. I'm not going to deny that. Just scrolling through some of the messages here. Okay. And what happens is we end up replaying. So I just told you about the husband experience. and how I then went to another relationship and then another relationship. My first 3 big relationships had cheating. First 3 relationships in my life had cheating. So obviously this wasn't a pattern. I mean, it was a pattern, but it was not something I had released yet or even learned to be aware of. So you can imagine even in other areas of your life, it's going to be showing up, these patterns. So that becomes conditioning and your body is not safe. And then you jump into another relationship and you have the same thing like I did because you haven't learned the lesson. Your body hasn't learned to feel safe. And so then you have another situation that looks different with similar issues. Anyone feeling me? You feeling me? If you've been in multiple relationships where it's like same, but different, you know, same, but different. Okay. I have some notes here. So love stops feeling hard because it's all about how love feeling hard. Yes, we got a yes. When we stop overthinking. I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday, one of my past clients, and I'm like, she's like, am I just being psychotic? I'm like, yeah, you're paranoid because you're like replaying the story in your head versus like moving through it and clearing it. So stop overthinking. Allow yourself to listen versus talk when in communication. I actually have an article that went viral through Thrive Global, because it was all about the intimacy of conversation and connecting. So listening, letting it land, feeling what is activated in your body when the other person, a partner, and this doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be a father, mother, coworker, whatever. Just letting yourself listen and letting it land versus listening to respond. You see, there's a difference. Allowing your decisions to be clean when you guys make decisions. What that means is making a decision from your truth, from your core when making a decision, even if it's like where to go out to dinner. It's like what feels good and juicy in my body versus where I think we should go. Because you might think you should go here because it's more expensive or less expensive or more fancy or less fancy or whatever, right? There's all these thoughts that go into making a decision that are narrating the decision versus what's actually truth inside. And when we start to listen to our truth, that expands. When you start to listen and actually listen and letting it land what someone's saying, you're expanding your truth. You're expanding your capacity to experience love and to find perspective through love, which we need so much of in the world. Okay. So if you're entering into all of this single, it's like I said, I met the man of my dreams while doing the work. I believe in the work. I believe what I'm saying. Awesome. Thank you. Good. So good. So people are responding on YouTube and TikTok. So good. Okay. Or not YouTube. Waiting for the YouTube people to get a little chatty. Okay. So when you do all this, clarity improves, communication improves, there aren't timelines, there's no guarantees, just present moment. And I am the least present person, but when I get into healing and doing my sessions, I am like elated with joy and tingles because I love it so much. And it is the most present that I can get. Thankfully, I've also been learning presence through my child now, because you can't not be present when you have a baby who's now like over 1.5 years old. But yeah, beautiful. And I know it's something I always get to work on until I have it totally conquered. Okay, so now embodiment. I want to talk about embodiment and love. Where do you brace around love? Like in the beginning, where do you feel hesitancy? Let's say it's you guys are sitting down at dinner, whether it's a date or it's like you've been in a relationship for 20 years. Is it when they walk in the door from work? Your partner walks in the door from work and like literally, oh my God, I'm feeling stabbed in the back. Okay, so it's like watching someone walk in the door with all their drama, all their chaos and struggles from work, and they like literally bring that into the house, and then you end up in an argument. Is it something like that? Like, pay attention. Ask yourself, where do these moments of frustration, anger, resistance, disconnect show up in your relationship or with dating? And where are you protecting yourself? Where are you protecting yourself versus being and experiencing all the feels? One of my mentors, past mentors, said, when you choose to feel all the feels, regardless of where the feels take you, like anger, hurt, pain, all of that, that is when miracles flow, because losing your job isn't about losing your job. It's about the emotion that we attach to losing your job. Being in a breakup isn't about only the breakup. It's about the experience we have in the breakup. When I got divorced, oh my God, I was like, I only want to date somebody that's been divorced. Like, who says that? I said it because it was such a personal growth journey that I felt, it's not necessarily truth, but it was my truth at the time, that anyone that goes through divorce has done some work. Because when you go through divorce, you definitely have some experience of a failure. And if anyone's been divorced here that's live, feel free to give me a yes or a no. It's also can be like the most powerful thing, because one time I broke up with a guy, it was the first time I had broken up, and I felt so empowered by it. And it took me forever to get to the point where I was even willing to do that. My God. Yeah. So, okay. Awareness is the beginning, and it happens through presence. It happens in the silent moments. So, what would change if relationships didn't have to be so hard? This is something you can journal on, and it might give you clarity, and it might put you in a possibility space. I have somebody that I work with. Oh my God, they have so much difficulty in getting into possibility. When I'm like, what do you want? You know what they say? Everything they don't want. Everything that makes them frustrated and angry. And I'm like, I asked you what you want. But sometimes we're so filled with the negative and the frustration and the anger that we can't even get to what we actually want until that is addressed and released. So, what would change? Again, what would change if we didn't have to work so hard at relationships? Notice where your mind goes to, if you went to the hard stuff or the positive stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me know. Feel free to comment, like, if you guys are getting value. And also just know, even if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, just being in this energy, you're going to be lifting your vibration, because that's what I do. Awesome. Yay. Thank you for the feedback. I love chattiness. It helps. Okay. So this is all about awareness. This is all about getting deep, getting into where are things off in my relationship? What have I not been willing to see? Where have I just been in an automatic mode? Like, there are days when I'm like, okay, get up, let the dog out, make the green juice, make the breakfast for the kid, make myself some coffee. And I just realized, okay, I just did all of that. I wasn't really present. I wasn't in the moment. So where are you doing that in your relationship? Where do you just expect them to show up at 6 p.m. and expect to do dinner and then expect to put the kids down and expect to go to sleep? And you just do that versus like taking a breather to like give somebody a hug even. How was your day? I'm sorry to hear your day was rough, or da 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 da. That was amazing. Um, just being with the emotion, acknowledging, okay, I'm like fairly anti ChatGPT right now, but what's interesting is when you use ChatGPT, it is programmed to basically respond like it loves you to pieces. Like, oh, Bethany, I know that must have been really difficult. Here's something we can do about it. Think about it. It is programmed to respond with such love and care, to like validate everything that you're experiencing. Um, and it's not to be like, oh, your day was rough and da 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 da. Well, mine, listen to what happened to me. No, that's responding. That's listening to respond. That's not listening to comprehend and love and build somebody up. So, this is all about awareness, all about noticing what the trends are, the patterns in your relationship, or in your singleness. I have multiple success stories on people being in a relationship and getting married. 6 months. See, one of my, I call it a program, but really we just coach through it. It's a coaching program. It's not even on the Google Doc if you were interested. But it's 50 dates. So you go on 50 dates for those that are single. And you have to look at it. Like I was literally talking to someone about it yesterday. Yeah. You have to look at it as a coaching therapy experience, not dating to find the one. You go on 50 dates to experience what shows up for you. Because in my world, everything is a reflection. So if you are meeting up with someone and they're disrespectful, or they want to make plans like literally at 7 p.m. for in 2 hours or in 1 hour to meet up, like where are you disrespecting yourself? One of my stories that I feel like everyone's heard, but if you're new, maybe you haven't heard. When I first moved to LA, I got on some dating apps, and I was like, oh my God, no one's attractive. No one's attractive. And then my girlfriend's like, Bethany, where do you not feel attractive? And I was like, oh, okay. Where do I not love myself? Right. So then I get off the apps. I literally got off the apps and I worked on my self-love and feeling good and attractive for a month. I gave myself 30 days. I love to do like little stints, like 30-day projects. 30 days of fun. So for 30 days, I worked on myself, loving myself, feeling beautiful, and all the things. And I know some of you guys are like, that's just ridiculous. You don't understand how many people I know that literally cannot look themselves in a mirror and say, I love you. It is so important. I know people that have lost weight because they learned to love themselves, literally just looking at themselves in the mirror, and that changed the whole game. So there's a little magic trick. So anyway, so 30 days later, I get on to the dating apps, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, everyone's so attractive. Everyone's so hot. Like it just completely changed because I changed my own internal narrative. And so then what was reflected back to me was something different. It could have been the same people for all I know, but they were now attractive. So 50 dates is all about seeing what shows up for you, and then we clear it. So obviously you can go and do this on your own. If you do it with me, we just meet like every other week to go over what's showing up in your world, and we see where it's stemming from and we release it. And sure enough, one, like the biggest winning story, which is actually the person I downloaded this for, because like it came through, they were in like abusive relationship, and then they were in another abusive relationship, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what? I can't believe you're in this relationship. This guy looked like the guy from the Minions, Rule, or I don't know, the guy that like owns the Minions guy. And I'm like, what are you, like, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. Like all my friends were always interested in her, like guy friends. And I'm like, what the hell is your problem? So I downloaded this 50 date thing, and it was for her, it was for building self-worth. Well, sure enough, by the 50th date, and it wasn't 50 different dates, it was just different people. See, that's a program. You need to clear it, Doreen. So by the 50th date, her now husband asked her to be his girlfriend. 6 months later, they not only were engaged, they were married. 2 months later, so 8 months total, they were pregnant. And now they live in this gorgeous home in Santa Barbara. Yeah, living the life. So she went through the ringer going on those 50 dates. But you know what? She got her self-worth back. She got her confidence back. She got conviction in herself. She got to know that she's beautiful and gorgeous and so worth it. And it not only supported her dating relationship, because this work is like everything. It's the full circle. These healings that we went through on this journey, she also ended up getting a job that pays $200 an hour full-time. That's what conviction and confidence in dating did for her. So that was more than worth it. Like, oh my God, so good. And even now, like, she's moved on from that position, but like, just what she's been able to manifest and the confidence that she stepped into from the person that I knew before. Holy shit. So good. So good. Okay. So this was all about awareness. Integration requires structure. It doesn't require structure. It's just an opportunity. If you guys are feeling this, you want to know and want to go deeper into it and like the healing experience. If this is your first time here with me and you haven't experienced any energetic healing, you can definitely check out on YouTube. I have healing meditations you can experience and check out. They're a little annoying when the ads pop in. I like tried to turn the ads off, but for some reasons people have told me they still pop in. So that's annoying. On TikTok, there's like up to 10-minute ones on the TikTok channel Soul Transmissions. I'll just write that in the chat here. Soul Transmissions. Because I don't think anyone, obviously you're experiencing me right now. So if you feel called to working together with me, obviously you're my energy, you know what I'm all about. But if you want to actually experience like the healing aspect and like what that feels like in your body, notice I'm all about what lands in your body because I wrote a book about it. Get a line now. You can go check that out as well. And it's on Audible too. So Soul Transmissions, you can literally feel the energy. In fact, we can even do one right now just because so many people are here and I love it. Okay, so just taking a moment to get connected, feeling your forehead, feeling your ears, feeling behind your heart, feeling your toes. Okay, now an experience. This is what's coming through is light language. So we're just going to allow that to come through. May the whole world experience the love that just transpired. I feel the tingles in my back. There's some more here. Everywhere that is confusing, clear and transmute. What would it take for your body to receive it as love, as expansion, as spaciousness, as possibility, as opportunities, and the knowing that things can change? Oh my God, so perfect. Let me know if you felt that in your body. Let me know if you felt that in your body. Okay, so beautiful. So I have for sale my 6 weeks to turn your relationship around. I'm going to share what it's all about. It's 6 weeks and you get full access. I just put it in a Dropbox. I've completely changed everything around on my website, so it's not there anymore. I don't have any programs any longer on my website. I have so many programs, but none are actually on my website anymore. And you go through 6 weeks, and it's a lesson, a channeled lesson, followed by healing. So they're all about 30-minute, they're more than 30 minutes. They're probably 45 minutes to like an hour or hour 15. And they are done by my beautiful friend, Susan Wagner, and she is a freaking phenomenal medium. So if you know anyone that has passed, like a lot of when we're doing healings and working together, all these past lives come in to play. And they're like, pull this program, like of the people that are coming. And like when we channeled this course, we knew that it would be a living, breathing thing that would last forever. So it is for whoever at any time listens to it. Like, this is my favorite course that I've done thus far. And I've done quite a few. What advice do you have that have no true friends, no comparison, no family, no good job? I don't fully understand your question. So write it out again, and I'll answer. So this is 6 weeks of pre-recorded. If you're interested, just go to the link in my bio. You can see it. And it's not like I'm just offering it today. I don't know how long I'll leave those links up, because to me, they look ridiculous compared to like my perfection brain that wants to have them on my website. Not much money. Say goodbye to their mom. Are you talking about someone that you're interested in dating? This is why the course is so juicy, because the course literally changes your relationship experience in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks. It did for me. It did for every single person that's taken it. In fact, yeah, like people, they're like, can I get the next week early? That's why I'm just like, here you go, have them all. Like, listen to it again and again and again and again, because every time you listen to it, you'll pick up on different things that you're ready to. One person was thinking about getting divorced with their partner that did the course. Nope, no longer. They're doing fantastic. I mean, there's still challenges that pop up, but like nothing of like where it was before. This course is designed to shift at the root, shift at the core. And for me, brought in the man of my dreams during it. I'm talking about someone I know and see every day in the morning when I get up. Okay. And how much money? Say goodbye to their mom one day after the birthday. What advice do you have that have no for someone? First off, it sounds like they're either, wait, let me just tune in. Are they depressed? Okay. They are depressed and they feel safe on their own. That is the only way they feel safe. That is why they don't know how to experience life beyond that. So I don't know if this is a partner for you. But in doing something like the course or doing even like a session, we heal situations on you, which is confusing, and it shifts the dynamic of everyone. And if you need proof of this, because it is very confusing, and I'm like, just read this book. I don't know if you guys have heard of Joe Vitale. He was on The Secret. I interviewed him on my podcast. It's so good, so juicy. Joe Vitale. If you want to go to my podcast, it's Quantum Leap Your Business and Life. You just have to search that and my name. I have been interviewed on quite a few podcasts, but hopefully if you just type in my name, it would pop up, Quantum Leap Your Business and Life, and then you can see Joe Vitale. He's actually the last one I posted. I have some more to post that I haven't done yet. But he wrote a book called Zero Limits that I will literally gift to some of my like longer term clients, because I want it to land so hard for them. When you clear something on yourself that someone around you has, it shifts your narrative. It shifts them. So what happened in the book was, I'll give you the short of it. And then if you feel called to, go get it. Zero limits. It's so good. So there was a, let's just call it an insane asylum in Hawaii. There was an insane asylum in Hawaii. So, it was where the crazy people went. And this new manager came in, and there was so much turnover here. Like, people didn't feel safe. The workers did not feel safe. So they go there, and they get the big binder of all the people that are there, and they just start going through every single person and healing their ailments, like whatever the notes were, right? Healing it on them. Because I can be like, everywhere I'm schizophrenic, everywhere I'm paranoid, everywhere I am bipolar, everywhere I am hallucinating. Like, I can go through and clear all that on me, even though it's not in my current experience, because 99.9% it has been an experience in either someone around me, or where I might have like a little bit of energy from, or in a past life. And when we heal that on us, we are shifting the mirror. Like when I was talking about the dating apps, we're shifting the mirror. So when I was talking about the dating apps, it was like I wasn't attracting anyone attractive. And then I shifted my narrative internally to like, I am beautiful. I see how I am attractive. And then I get back on the apps and everyone was attractive. So by healing all these people on himself, at the end, I think there were this is a full insane asylum or whatever, psychiatric ward. There were 1 or 3 people left. They had to shut it down. That is the power of healing, my friends. That is the power of healing. So, that is like the best story ever. The best. So, you're the best, Doreen. You've been here, I think, the whole time. So good. So it is so amazing to heal these things that you're experiencing in your world on your own, because then your narrative shifts. So you bring in the relationship. You go from an ugly relationship with a partner to having a freaking phenomenal, like, epic relationship. And people are like, what happened? You're like, I met Bethany Londyn. I chose to do the work. Sorry, I'll take me out of it. That was so ego. I chose to do the work. I chose to love up on myself and see where the reflection was on me. It's just so good. So good. Okay. The link is available. If you want to jump into the course, it's $777. And the reason I chose that number is it has to do with infinite possibilities and relationships. I am that intentional with everything I do. There's no pressure. You don't have to do it. I'm just creating the offer. And if you feel called to it, of course you'll do it. If you feel called to it, you'll do it, because leaps of faith are where the magic happens. No one, oh my God. No one sets aside money for coaching and therapy. They're not like, maybe more so in this day and age do. But they're not like, okay, this year we're going to spend this much on utilities, and then we're going to spend this much on self-help. So you just do it when you feel called, when it feels aligned and it feels juicy and your heart calls for it. Okay. Love does not need to be more effort. It might feel like effort, to be honest, doing healing and all of that at first, but then it just becomes second nature. Like, okay, I didn't like that experience. Clear that. Driving down the road. Oh, I didn't like this experience. Let's release this. It becomes second nature. I'm always healing every day, all day. So yeah. All right. So that is it. If you guys have any questions on today's love day about anything I talked about, get my glasses on, spreading the love. Or if you have any questions on the course, the 6 weeks, let me know. Nah, quiet crickets. I know, it's like so many people come at night when I do this. It's like hundreds of people. Well, thousands of people actually. This is during the day on a Saturday. So I understand people are doing their things. I don't know. I'll see what I can actually like clip out of all this. I don't know, but happy to be here. And thanks for showing up. Thank you, Doreen, if you're still here, for bringing comments and commentary. So good. So good. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. So I'm going to end this and get back to my family, my loved one, being present with them, feeling what comes up with my child. That is my biggest growth right now. So at some point there will be a course on children. Just haven't fully figured it out yet. Amazing. Doreen, you're awesome. And yeah, I'm going to call it. I don't know. Let's see how end the stream on YouTube.